Hey everyone, a live counterattack coming to you this week from UC Irvine, and we're jumping right in with Ashleigh Johnson back in
Hi.
the mix. Ashleigh, welcome back.
Thank you.
We're about to get set for a 4-game series. Team USA playing China and the Netherlands. You're not playing tonight, but you're going to be watching and cheering on your teammates. And
Yes.
I think a lot of folks that are seeing you here are probably pretty excited because you were not with Team USA over the summer. So the first question is, what brings you back to the squad?
Well, I just miss the girls. I miss the team environment. I honestly missed playing. It's a big change, and you don't really realize how much it gives to you and how much you get from water polo when you're in it. And yeah, I just missed my girls.
Was there some moment where you sitting at home or were you somewhere where you said, you know what, I actually want to be doing that? Did you watch the team maybe somewhere? What was that moment where you realized I want to be back?
I mean, it wasn't a moment. It was more of a collection of moments. And yeah, I watched them in World Championships. I watched them I saw a post and all this stuff, and I was just always in contact with like Kylie, Maggie, and it was just missing out.
What do they call that? FOMO, right?
FOMO,
Fear of
major
missing out.
FOMO.
Major FOMO alert over here. So when you were away from the pool, what have you been doing for the last year or so?
So I've just been trying to figure out what I want to do post water polo, and just trying to get experience in different areas of. I think I want to go into marketing. I started with a PR firm and just seeing what that was like, and it was really, really fun, but I definitely missed water polo.
And you've had to go to some pretty cool events, not that you had to go, you got the chance to go, but Women's Sports Foundation,
Yes.
ESPNW Summit. What is it like to be at these events and be able to be around all these other inspiring women and athletes, and then they're also representing the game of water polo?
I mean, it's such a cool experience. It's definitely intimidating, and it would be more intimidating if I wasn't there with Maggie and the people I've met over the years. But it's just so much talent and so much inspiration in one place. I'm really glad to have been able to be invited to those things and just soak it all up while I'm there. It's really cool.
We're, of course, glad to have you back, but you played a bunch of water polo. If you think back to 2014 and 15 and 16, you're playing college, you're playing national team. How much did you just enjoy a little bit of a break?
It was definitely good for my body and my mind mentally to definitely get a break and just reevaluate myself as an athlete and as a person, and just see what my other interests were. Like, I don't define myself as just a water polo player.
Sure.
I just wanted to see where else I could excel, where else I feel comfortable, and just kind of water polo is my comfort zone, and just break out of that a little bit and know myself.
There you are. All right, so now we're going to know you here a little bit. So as we look towards these 4 games, and they're just a friendly, they're exhibitions. They don't count for a championship or anything like that. But what is the hope of the team? What do you hope to get out of these 4 games in this week of training?
I mean, the team's very, very young, and there are a lot of new faces on the team, so it's going to be great for everyone to get experience playing against international teams. China and Netherlands are great teams to start with there, and just for everyone to learn each other and learn to play with each other and see a little bit the tendencies throughout the team. It's going to be a really great experience for us to get to know each other a little bit.
Now, it's not as if you haven't been playing any water polo. You're with the New York Athletic Club over the summer, but we know some of our watchers, maybe they're a master's water polo player or they played in college,
Yes.
and then they got out of it, and they're thinking about getting back into it. What was the biggest challenge just to get back into the day-to-day grind of playing water polo?
The biggest challenge was definitely I lost a lot of muscle, which made it like I used to be able to just like kind of push my body around and just like do these movements really easily kind of, but it was just because I was in like the top of my shape, and getting back to shape and getting to know what I needed to do to get to where I was before, that was really hard.
Well, she's back, though. She's going to work her way back into shape.
Yes.
Ashleigh Johnson not playing tonight here at UC Irvine, but you will see her the rest of the way. We'll have all those games live on USA Water Polo TV. Well, great to have you back. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Greg.
All right,
Bye.
we'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with Coach Adam Krikorian. Stay with us. You're watching live here on The Counterattack.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Everyone, welcome back here to UC Irvine. Ashleigh Johnson gone, Adam Krikorian in. Coach, thanks for swinging by here. And
I'm not as exciting as Ashley. I apologize to everyone
that's
watching.
That's okay. I think she'll be the first to admit you both have your own strengths and weaknesses. She's back.
She's back.
Tell us about bringing back arguably the best goalie in the world of Team USA. Not to say the rich get richer, but I feel like you guys come off a great year, and now you get her back in the fold.
Yeah, I don't want to say I brought her back. I mean, she we obviously had discussions after the Olympics, and this is where people just sometimes don't understand just what goes into being an Olympian and just how grueling that process is. It takes a while to kind of figure yourself out, and especially for her, she went straight in from the Olympic Games or that 4-year cycle, which was completely, for some, it takes a little less adjusting. For her, I think it was a huge adjustment for her to be able to kind of deal with what our culture was like and the amount of work that we put into it. And she was phenomenal, obviously. And she had a tough go. I mean, she went directly from the Olympics essentially to Princeton right into school.
Yeah.
And obviously into a season. So she really never had a break. And she talked to me as we always stayed in good contact and just kind of wanted to break. I wasn't saying quit forever, and I knew that her coming back was a possibility. In fact, I kind of expected it.
Sure.
For as much fun as I see her having when she's training with us, and the amount of love and respect she has for the teammates on the team, I thought it was a possibility. And obviously, it's great. Anytime you have someone who's the talent is obvious and easy to see, but more importantly, it's just great to have her back. She's an awesome person. She's fun to be around. She brings a lot of energy and a lot of positive vibes to the daily routine.
And not just Ashleigh coming back, but you also add a very exciting player to the mix. I was kind of thinking about this week the Yankees getting Giancarlo Stanton, and it kind of felt like you adding. And again, not that you orchestrated all of this, but bringing Stefania Haralabides to Team USA, I'll say for my money, in the top 3, top 4 left-handers in the world when it comes to women's water polo. What will she do to the team, and what's like having someone of her caliber on the squad? I know it's early.
Yeah, well, I think one, Steph's a great kid. She's got a big heart, and she reached out to me and was interested in coming out for the team, and being an American citizen with an American passport, it's hard for someone that has the talent. It's hard to turn down that opportunity, and especially knowing her, again with the talent and with the attitude that she has. But the reality is that she's got a long ways to go. it's she certainly has the potential, as does a lot of the other new players but when you're coming into something new with people that have done what we have done for the last 4 years, and in Maggie and Mel's case, they've done it for the last 8 years. I mean, in some ways, you're 4 years behind, or you're 8 years behind. So if people think, and if she thinks, or others like, Bailey Weber and Ryan Neuschel and Alexi Leibowitz, if those players think that they're just going to come in, and they don't, but if they think they're just going to come in and it's going to be that easy, obviously they got another thing coming. There's going to be a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of details that they're going to have to work through in order to get up to speed.
Well, and I imagine for any athlete joining this team, and not just this year, but you go back over the last couple of years as you've brought people on, or they've come to tryouts, the team continues to do well as you switch the athletes in and out. So for someone new, they may have to guard against that idea that I have to prove that I am valuable, or that I am part of this team, or that I bring something different, because otherwise the results are always the same, right? Is there a thought there that they have to try and, or guard against trying to do too much to prove their worth on an already talented group?
Yeah, I think it's rare where we see people come in and they're trying to do too much.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's an intimidating, not saying the athletes are intimidating, the results are intimidating.
Sure.
And so you're automatically coming into, from what the outsider's perspective is, an intimidating culture. Again, not because of the kids on the team, but because what we've been able to do. And so it puts some pressure. And usually what happens in that case is that you kind of go into your shell. So if anything, I'm encouraging always us to be more aggressive. Let's make mistakes by being aggressive and kind of getting after it. So that's not too much of a concern, being too aggressive, but it takes time. And I will say, and this is an excellent point to get across to everyone, especially those associated with our program and those in the pipeline, is that it is a huge advantage to be in our pipeline, to be practicing and training and being coached by the great coaches we have in our pipeline that understand our system. And so when you get to, and this is one of the reasons why we've been able to maintain some success, is like, it's not just what I do or our staff, the senior staff. I mean, it's the staffs all the way up and down. And so when they reach the senior team, it's less of a transition for them. And it's been one thing that's been beneficial. And again, going back to like Stephania's case,
Sure.
She didn't have that. So she's not only coming new, but she also doesn't have that. So again, it's going to take a little bit more time.
And the results bear that out. We talk about the pipeline. It's not just the senior team getting all the accolades, the junior, the youth, the World University Games team. So tonight's game versus China here at UC Irvine, we announced the roster for tonight a little bit ago. No Ashleigh, no Maggie, no Maddie, a bit of a younger group. Yeah. What are you looking for out of this group?
Well, I'm looking for them always, number one, to fight and compete, just to get after it. Again, going back to my comment, we've spent a little bit of time this fall, not a lot of time. But you can never learn. The best way to learn is by being aggressive, and just making mistakes by being aggressive, not being passive. So that's one thing I'm hoping. We spent most of our time this fall spending on our counterattack, the transition game, both counterattack offense and counterattack defense, and then our 5-on-6 defense. So those are the areas that I'm going to pay attention to a little bit more, and see if we've made some progress, see if the younger players have kind of grasped our concepts a little bit, and we'll see. I'll let you know after the game. It'll be a good test for this young group we have out here.
And the last thing for you, and we'll have some highlights of this coming up after the break, but announced this week the retirement of two players you know very well, Cain McCrae, Courtney Mathewson. You wrote some words about them for the story that came out, but just to ask you again, their impact on the team and the water polo community at large.
I can't say enough. I mean, I'll get choked up thinking about it, because those two mean the world to me and our program. And unfortunately, we won't be able to celebrate Cammie this weekend because of the fires. And that's, as Cammie would say, that's the furthest of our concerns. Obviously, the concern should be with the people that are going through a tough time up there in beautiful Santa Barbara County and those areas in Ventura. And so we'll postpone that, but Courtney's event on Tuesday. I mean, both of those players have given so much. I mean, obviously, everyone knows the gold medals that they've won, and in Cammie's case, a silver medal as well. Sure. But what's been more important is the things and the values and the standards that they live by and that they've passed on to this group, I mean, those are things that are going to last hopefully within our program for a long time. And that stuff's way more important than any shiny medal.
Sure.
And we are indebted to them. This program is indebted to them. I'm personally indebted to them for everything that they've done.
Yeah, two of the best, and we'll come back a little bit later with some of that. And as Coach mentioned, Tuesday at Foothill High School, honoring Courtney Mathewson, USA versus
Come
China.
out and watch Tuesday, Foothill High School.
Exactly. All right, Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck tonight against China.
Greg. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a timeout, and we'll return after this. You're watching the Counterattack live at UC Irvine. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
And thanks to both Ashleigh Johnson and Adam Krikorian for joining us here on the Counterattack. We're live at UC Irvine, taking you up to 7 p.m. Pacific, where Team USA will take on China right here at UCI. You can watch the game live right here at facebook.com/USCWP or at youtube.com/USCWP. As Coach and I talked about before the break, two big retirements this week for Team USA. Courtney Mathewson, Cain Craig, these two on the last two gold medal winning squads for Team USA. One a center, one an outside shooter, both with a major impact for Team USA. Let's take a quick look back at their careers. The career of Cain Craig, nothing short of amazing. 3 Olympic medals, 2 gold, 1 silver, making her debut in the Olympic Games back in 2008 as the youngest member of the Beijing squad, a 3-time FINA world champion, that first world title coming in 2007, a year before the Beijing Olympics. 2 FINA World Cup golds, 9 World League Super Final championships, 3 Pan Am Games, not to mention her time in college. Broke through in 2010 for an NCAA title with USC, twice a Catino Award winner as the College Games Best Player, and of course named to the Pac-12 All-Century team. Courtney Mathewson's career, stellar as well. Joining the national team at the senior level in 2010, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, winning a world title in 2015, and back-to-back World Cup championships. 6 times a gold medalist at the FINA World League Super Final, twice a Pan Am Games gold medalist, and her time in Westwood at UCLA, a dominant run. 4 straight NCAA titles, Catino Award honors as the game's best player, and like Craig, named the Pac-12 All-Century team. Congrats to Cain and Courtney on stellar careers in the pool.
Next speaker.
What up, Council? My name is Chad Kroger. I'm an activist and house party enthusiast. Over the past week, I've been in a state of deep despair upon hearing the news that LA is trying to outlaw house parties in the Hollywood Hills. I am here determined to stop this future atrocity. My first introduction to manhood came when the captain of my water polo team, Boomer Kingsley, asked me to shotgun a tall can of Bud Light in front of the whole squad at his end of the season bash. His parents were in Tahoe at the time, so we tore that weekend up. It was epic, and I was super stoked. My newfound confidence gave me the courage to ask out the most popular girl in school, Lauren Stockholder, to prom that year. She rejected me, and I had to go with Stacy McMillan, but I didn't care because I was so amped on chugging with my boys. That's what house parties do. Raging at house parties is the truest way to party.
Next.
I'm looking forward to for the Rock-tober is to play in the games and win a lot of them.
Yeah, and just for fun to have a good time with the new team and for the new coming year.
So far, Rock-tober has been tough, but it's been really fun. We played some really hard games. We lost by 1, but I think that's okay because we still have our hopes up.
I'm really excited to be with everybody and to meet new people. And just the excitement of this right now, I'm really excited to meet a lot of new people.
I mean, it's a great tournament. There's a bunch of great teams here that you can learn from. And it's really just a fun experience.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Welcome back to UC Irvine. Apologies, a couple of technical difficulties here, but a reminder on the retirement celebration for Courtney Mathewson. That'll be at Foothill High School this coming Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And then the game that was supposed to be at Santa Barbara High School canceled due to the Thomas Fire ongoing in the area. Of course, our thoughts with all the folks there in Santa Barbara County. And the celebration for Academy Craig pushed to 2018. That game moved to Santa Margarita Catholic High School. That'll be this Saturday at 6 p.m. Tickets for that one available at the door only, $10 general admission. And then if you're 10 and under kids, that's free admission. In the meantime, we turn to the USA Water Polo Holiday Camp. And this is a fantastic event that happens around this time every year over the last couple of weeks at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. The boys' holiday camp just wrapped up. Here's a quick look back. The 2017 USA Water Polo ODP Boys Holiday Camp brought together athletes from all across the country. Here's a look at some of the social media fun. Athletes getting instruction thanks to the USA Water Polo ODP Twitter account. Coach Linton shows us some in-the-water action. When you're at the holiday camp, you've got to get all the campers together for that famous group shot. We've had these shots year after year. Here's the 2017 edition. And how fitting Team Ship wins the championship. It's the final game of the ODP Holiday Camp, dubbed the Snowball Classic. Congrats to all the athletes that attended. Thanks for being there, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone back in Colorado Springs next year. Feels like the holiday camp gets bigger every year. Looking forward to seeing all these kids, coaches, referees from all across the country head to Colorado Springs again next year for the ODP Holiday Camp. And referees in Holiday Camp, they're in some cases on the way up. They're developing their this past weekend special celebration of his career, decades in the sport. Congrats to Dave as folks were on hand to celebrate his game as a referee wearing the whites and on the whistle.
Dave Alberstein is celebrating his 50th year refereeing, starting in '67, and I mean, it's been amazing to ref with him and to become friends with him since '09 and all the games that he does with us.
He's my mentor. He's taught me a lot, and I've appreciated everything he's done for me and for water polo in general, especially for this area. It was great to have him back.
Big congrats to Dave there. Great footage. Thanks to Jim Weaver for sending in that video from over the weekend. Now we turn to USA Water Polo membership, and membership renewal season is ongoing. It's about to wrap up here as far as locking in 2017 pricing goes. That ends on December 31st. So register or renew now. Lock in 2017 pricing. Earn a chance to win a USA Water Polo tier prize pack. Here's more on what you can get if you get your membership rolling right now. From there, we turn to membership renewal. The season is underway and concludes December 31st, so do not miss out on a chance to lock in 2017 pricing, a chance to win a USA Water Polo and Tier Sport prize pack, and to secure your membership through the end of 2018. As H2O Polo Dad 2020 tells us on Twitter, he's already fired up. He's got his son signed up, ready to go for 2018. Visit usawaterpolo.org to get your membership locked in. Don't forget more info at usawaterpolo.org on how you can become a member or renew your membership. Now we'll close out the show as we do every week with our social media send-off, the best of water polo on the internet. You can get involved, use the hashtag counterattack, and we'd love to share what you've got when it comes to water polo online. And let's get it started. We begin in Brazil, where 2016 Olympic gold medalist KK Clark and Kaylee Gilchrist just keep on winning. They joined the Flamengo club team for their championship run, taking home gold in Brazil. Congrats to KK and Kaylee. And best-selling author Jeff Pearlman documenting his daughter Casey and her water polo experience. Wasn't enjoying other sports. She's loving water polo. Great to have Casey in the game. Congrats to Maggie Steffens, another award for the two-time Olympic gold medalist. This time the three-time NCAA champ was honored by the NCAA and should be recognized in January for being named to the top 10. It recognizes senior student athletes for things they're doing in their sport, in the classroom, and in the community. Congrats to Maggie. And last but not least, we can always count on the former Pepperdine Wave and ESPN host Will Cain to hype water polo. We all love water polo, Will.
You don't like track and field? You don't like swimming? You don't like water polo? Who doesn't like water polo? I mean,
Doug Kazarian loves water polo. He was a water poloist at Brown University, by the way.
Yeah, I got him beat. I was water polo at Pepperdine.
So there you have it, the best of what we saw this week on the internet. Thanks for all our submissions. Don't forget, use the hashtag counterattack. That'll do it for this week's episode right here live at UC Irvine. Don't forget, coming up in an hour's time, Team USA and China in the pool right behind me. You can watch it right here live on USA Water Polo TV, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, even at UC Irvine, look weak side.